comments on the minutes? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, minutes are fine. Financial report. It looks a little different this month, Fran.
Well, I went back to using the financial that was in place before, where it has all the accounts, where we are on the budget and so forth. And we'll continue to do that until we can get QuickBooks completely converted over. The additional packet that I put in there was the reconciliations that I am able to do in QuickBooks, just so you can see what kind of information. One side of the page is the detail, and the opposite side is just the summary page. So that's all the accounts, but two. But the other report is what you were always getting to begin with.
Okay. Any further update from the auditors?
No.
Okay. Okay, you have the financial report in front of you for August. Any questions? I entertain a motion to approve, disapprove.
So moved.
Second.
All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you, Fran.
Mhm.
And if you'll indulge me, I'm going to skip ahead, and we have Barbara Jean to give us an update on the Fall Festival that's rapidly approaching. Thank you for coming tonight, and the floor is yours.
I thought maybe y'all would like to, if you had any questions or anything, or we can do a quick rundown. We're gonna start off Fall Festival on the 3rd with the C&F Bank Annual Family Skate Night at Stan's Skateland. Friday, we're going to have Triad. They'll do hot dogs at C&F Bank until they run out at $3. And Friday night, we're going to do something new. We're doing a family movie night at the firehouse. It's hosted by Providence United Methodist Church. They'll have hot dogs, chips, drink, popcorn, all free. Children bring a blanket or a sleeping bag. They can come in their costumes. We're going to show Hocus Pocus. Thought that would be fitting for October. You know, it's just a nice thing to want to have a family night. I would love to have seen it outside, but we can't depend on the weather.
Where are you going to do it, in the fire hall?
In the big room we used to have bingo in.
Okay, gotcha.
So they can come around to the back door and let them in, and hope they'll all enjoy themselves. We're not having a baby contest this year. This is in place of the baby contest. Saturday morning, we started bright and early. Mr. Mayor, we hope that you will do the welcome at the courthouse at 9 a.m.
Okay.
We have classic car and truck show at C&F Bank. We've got 3 different bands that are playing. Sidewalk chalk contest at your place. We have some reenactors that are going to be talking about some of the history of this area. In 2026 is the 250th anniversary of this country, and they're starting out 3 years ahead, so that's why our theme, our town where history starts. We thought that would be fitting as a lead-in, and it's wonderful because you can concentrate on your personal history with your company or your group or whatever. It covers a lot of area. Have a 50-50 raffle will be going on at the information booth. Classic car and truck show, sponsored by Northern Neck Region of Antique Automobile Club of America. The opening ceremonies, national anthem. This year it's going to be performed by a young lady who's only 14 years old, Madeline Hayes, and her grandpa, Doug Kemp, excuse me, is going to accompany her.
Nice.
So that's wonderful. The Boy Scout troop will do the flag raising. It's About Time band, and then we'll have the reenactors, Pa's Pet Show, Josh Grigsby and the County Line Band, oyster shucking contest. I think that has been one kind of like, I think Brian won one year, Mark won another year. We'll have to see what happens this year. The parade's at 2 o'clock, and we're crossing our fingers and toes for good weather. And the vendors will be open until 4 o'clock, and then we'll give out the parade awards. Kids Zone in the new community park. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll have the bounce house, we have rides, have a lady that's coming with a barrel train, you know, that the kids can get rides on, radio broadcast, any questions, anything that I've left out? We have a good assortment of vendors. Food vendors will be over by Northern Neck Brewing Company. The vendors themselves will be around the old courthouse green. That worked out beautifully last year. They can be around. Of course, you're always very busy that morning.
Yeah.
Everybody loves
It's
to
a
come.
great day in town.
And I think Ephesus Church will be at the firehouse with their thing. Any questions?
The little, I think you said like a little train or something, rail train. I don't have a visual in my head about that. Is that, would that be like going around the courthouse or something, or you know?
Probably around the park area.
Okay.
We don't want them to be in the street, because one of the street that's on the side of the park is always left over, because the sheriff's office needs to have access, but we'll close the other street down. But they'll probably just ride around the park.
Is this page still a draft, or is that,
No, it's
it's the one, you
Yes.
printed it and everything?
yes.
Okay,
I've sent it to the radio station,
okay.
and I'm going to do the live interview on the 3rd
We'll make sure we get it posted
at 8 a.m.
on social media and whatnot. And then, can we get a handful of those around town?
Yeah.
Get hand out and whatnot, okay?
Can you get it to me so I can put it on the face, on our,
Jonathan, that's fine, if you would. And we can make copies. I've got some applications for the pet show. Do you do applications for the chalk art contest, or they just show up?
Just show up now. We used to do all the sign up and stuff, and we've just found it more fun. People show up, kids just want to, you know, we've gone everything from the people that show up with knee pads and spray bottles and their own chalk to kids that just want to paint on the sidewalk. So it's just a fun day. But we do judge it. We do either gift certificates or T-shirts or something like that as prizes.
That's wonderful. It's wonderful to see the support, and the business judging contest will be on Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock, and Tricia's going to handle that for us. I appreciate all the committee members that have shown up and volunteered.
Good. Good. That makes me happy. One more time, the theme.
Our town, where history starts.
Our town where history starts. Okay.
I think it's on, is it on the,
That would have been my follow-on question. I didn't see it.
it's
on-
probably, we have a lot of history.
Do you know if Alan was able to contact Ms. Douglas about her speaking role?
I'm not sure. I thought he would be here tonight, but I'll call him when I get home.
Okay.
Are you going to be able to do anything?
I could potentially ask him. I'm not sure what time period you would like me to do. So all the reenacting groups I've been in contact with, they all have all prior commitments that day. So I'm not sure what other local reenactors might be around that I'm not aware of. But I can do French and Indian War. I can do Civil War. I can do World War II. But
Whichever one you do.
But
you
I-
can do all of them.
some of the time here, I don't have a whole lot of visual display. I just have my outfit, and I don't have any tents. Since like French and Indian War and World War II, I don't have anything like that myself. But Civil War I do, but I'm not sure.
You'll try. Who did you reach out to?
So the World War II reenactor from Tappahannock, they're doing the Virginia Beach Air Show that weekend. Civil War reenactors are doing the Living History at Point Lookout that weekend, and the Revolutionary War guys are doing the 250th Battle Point Pleasant over in West Virginia that weekend.
I'll tell you, I don't care where you go, but there's something going on. And
Yeah.
we were laughing recently that in the Northern Neck, you can go from thing to thing every single weekend, just about every week of the year. For a small place, we have so much that is going on all the time.
I think it's amplified over the last, handful of years too. I think, 15, 20 years ago, that was not the case, but now I think you're right.
There's something all the time. But, and I know there's that word called weather. We have
It's
not
gonna be beautiful.
set a alternate date at this point. Hopefully, we meet again on, next Wednesday night, and hopefully we won't have to discuss that. But we all know the state fair starts Friday. But, if you don't have anything else, thank y'all for your time, and just wanted to make sure everybody knew, and,
Sounds
we're
exciting.
gonna have a good fall festival.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all.
All right.
Do you have this electronically too? Who did this? Did Trish do this, or who did this? Do you have it on your computer that you can
Yes.
email it to me?
Yes,
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks again. Thanks for coming out and updating us too, and all the work you put into this.
You're welcome. Y'all have a good night. Thank
Good night.
you.
Good night.
Okay, thank you. Let's get back to business here. Town managers report.
I said I would update you on a couple things that we talked about last month. The roadway and curbing spray. I followed up per your questions with Mr. France about what he was going to spray, and he was doing the entire sidewalk, not just the street and not just the curb, but the sidewalk entirety, the cracks, the seams, and so forth. I talked to him about timing and Fall Festival, and he said the stuff was going to die within hours of when he put it down, and that he recommended going ahead and doing it, and then having Brian follow up and remove the dead stuff. But I do know that the VDOT crew got a lot. If there are areas that you say that still need to be looked at, I need to know where those are, but I know in the 2 days that they were there, they did a lot and cleaned up,
Yeah,
so.
I actually thought VDOT had sprayed and then did that, so that was, okay. What I've seen looks good. Please, if we've missed a spot, I haven't looked going up this way on the sidewalk. Are you still walking and running?
I haven't been down that past the high schools or anything. I haven't been down that way, but I haven't noticed. I haven't taken into account, whether it's how it looks on this side.
Okay.
The grass except died, but you may have to hit it with like a weeder, to get the dry stuff out.
Yeah, just the dried stuff has to come out. I mean, he gets that up, right?
Mhm.
Good, yeah, that's fine. He's going through the process, so.
The other thing that we talked about was the software component for doing real estate taxes. And your question was, what product did we get back from them? And they actually download all of our bills and everything into our system, and then we just print them from here. So it should come to us completely finished. So
When do you expect that to happen?
they said the last week of September, possibly the first week of October.
Okay.
So
Those are due, are they still due December 1st?
5th.
Okay.
The other thing that I had on here on the agenda was the note that's in your packet was about credit card processing. We use a company called Heartland, and people click on our website and go on and make their water payments. For some reason, starting a few months ago, they started charging us fees, taking fees out of what would normally go into our the payments that were downloaded. So what we were putting in our system as a payment was actually less than what the bank was showing. It was becoming a disaster to try to balance each payment with what we were actually being given. And I talked to them a number of times, and it was a glitch on their end, and they were trying to fix it, but it's still not fixed. And their system is very sensitive in that if you at home want to sit and make a payment, or if you come in the office to make a payment, you have to put in exactly the information that comes on your bank statement or your credit card statement. So if you use a middle initial and you don't put that in when you're putting in your credit card information, it'll reject it, and you get charged a fee, which seems a little strange. So anyway, at some of the conferences I've been at, I've heard this company about gov.card, and so they reached out to me to give me some information, and I had a webinar, training session, or sales pitch, I guess, from them last week, and was somewhat impressed with some of the things that they do. There's no cost to the town, and the fees are very comparable to what Heartland is charging. In most cases, it's much less. It's only $1.75 for a charge up to $60. After that, it's a 3% flat fee. Heartland's is mostly 4%, so it'll be less expensive for many of the charges that we get. But there's no cost to us. And we can also add, right now we can only add water payments, which are at one bank. For whatever reason, I don't know why we never set up the other payments that we take. We take, business license, real estate taxes. They can set that up for us at another bank, so you can. Because right now, we have a lot of people who will go on and pay their real estate taxes on the water site, so we have to move money from one bank to another, and it gets a little confusing. Same thing with business license. So it would be convenient, and there's not really a downside to it. So I just ask if you would consider that we make that change. We have no contract with Heartland. I did reach out to them to make sure that we're not under any kind of commitment, and we're not.
I offer a motion to approve.
A second. Yeah, I read that. That sounded good.
Are there any other questions that I could answer, or
I have one, but I did get a text. I'm sorry to read text during the meeting, but the audio is on, but there's only a picture of the empty council room. Take remote, press 1 at camera.
We're not complaining.
say that again?
It says, Matt said to get Fran to take remote, press 1 at camera.
Mm-hmm.
Worked according to plan.
Okay, we'll press it. I do have a question. So the paying customer is charged the $1.75 fee and the percentage fee back to the customer, or we pay that?
No, we don't pay anything. They either pay $1.75 if they make a charge for $60 or less. If it's $61 or more, they pay a flat 3% fee.
But the person making their payment pays that?
Yes.
It's not the town?
Yes. Excuse me.
All right. Anyone have any strong feelings on that?
I think if it's a saving, the other one was 4%. That was it.
In some cases, it's 3.5 or 4.
All right, so I mean that easy savings right there.
Okay, if it's easier for you, I think it's probably, financially, it's probably a wash, $1.75, depending on, I mean, if it's a water bill or something like that, the percentage is probably, oh no, only if it's above 60, okay, all right. Go ahead and pursue that then.
So we have a second on the floor?
Yeah, we have a second. We need a vote.
Yeah, we'll do a roll call, I just wanted to finish my thought on that. I know that some of the credit card processors are passing the fees back to the customer, that was my question. Not us as the customer, but the person paying the bill. Okay. All right. We have a motion, a second, we'll do a roll call vote. Mr. Hicks,
Aye.
Ms. Whitman,
Aye.
Mr. King,
Aye.
Mr. Watson.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you. The only other thing I have is, I had spoke with the sheriff, and he has secured another grant to get another sign, electronic sign, which will be put on the other end of town, probably be in sometime in the next few weeks. So we can expect another one.
For speed control?
Pardon?
For speed control?
Yes.
Oh, good, good.
Okay, old business. Park amenities update. The park committee has, after last month's meeting, deciding to utilize the rest of that fund, the funds, monies in the fund to expand the play area of the playground at the park so that we can include 2 to 5 year old play equipment was approved. Kind of a round robin email chain has gone off, and looking at different park equipment, the committee has made some recommendations. Now, the only thing I haven't seen come back yet was based on Aaron's suggestion of including another park bench over there, like the first one. I believe it was a plastic bench that would fit in that area. I sent the rep there, the American Recreation, that I looked up the last time we did this. I think it was $700 to $800 for a bench, and so as far as I know, I have not received a reply from that.
The last I saw from Bert, is that his name? I hadn't seen any communications. I think September 13th, I think, was the last communication from him. I think that was based on your suggestion with the bigger play option and also the 2 rocker, which I really like that idea. That was really, I like the play options that provides, and also like the individual
Did you
options.
get a package? I don't remember looking to see who all was on that. I assumed you did an all.
I thought he said it.
Yeah, he sent out a package, a bid proposal package, and it had the colors and the equipment and the cost and everything.
That was with Fran's suggestion with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I hadn't seen that
The
yet.
only thing
All
that
right.
was still pending, in my view, was whether to include a park bench or not.
All right.
And unless the price has gone up beyond that, it would require a little bit more thought. I think that we can squeeze that in there.
So I think it was Fran's was at the larger play unit was around 23,000 or maybe a little bit under. Then each of the individual rockers around 1,000 or so each.
15. The final price that came back for everything with installation and freight and all was $38,600, which was similar.
All right. I think we were budgeting for about 38,000.
We're looking at about 37, but we do have, we'll be over our ARPA money slightly, which is fine because we still have money in the account
All right.
based on public donations. And so even, what I'd like to do tonight is authorize, if you guys agree, authorize Fran to, if that comes back with a bid increase by $1,000 or less to include that park bench, to go ahead and pull the trigger so we can get on their schedule and still have this installed this calendar year, which is
Yeah.
the goal.
I agree.
I spoke with probably about, I think, 5 different either parents of kids who play, or their grandparents who play over there, and they all like that suggestion that Fran proposed.
Yeah, I've got the same feedback.
Yeah.
I was over there the other day and I asked a young lady that had 2 kids, I said, how old are your kids? She said, one's 2, one's 5.
There you go.
I said, well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Does that still leave a fund balance?
Not in the ARPA money, in the public donation column. So that would,
About 15, 16,000 still,
How much?
15 or 16,000, the donations.
19.8. If we took another 1,000 out of that for a park bench or less, then that would put that at 18.8, thereabouts. Other park news, we hired Warren to put the story walk posts in. I ran out of time and steam, so we got those in. I started to mount the top plate yesterday. Brian and I got about 4 of them in. It's a little time consuming. It's not difficult, but it definitely requires more than 2 hands to. The top plate's relatively heavy, and it requires somebody to hold that while you get the bolts in the bottom. And based on the weather, maybe dodging some raindrops, him and I will keep working on that. I'd like to have that done before Fall Festival, so that it's done and in place. That's what I know about the park. Story walk was one. Oh, the shrubbery. We cut a check for the green wall. Our original contractor to do landscaping and over there, it's an individual now, not his company, but he's picking up the shrubbery this week, I believe. We saved several $1,000s over some of the other bids for that, and him and I and a couple other folks should get a working party together and get those in just as soon as we can, maybe even before the festival, weather dependent. I believe he's coming back from North Carolina with him this week, so it'll take a couple years for them to fill out, but it'll create a nice green wall over there along the property with Miss Johnson's house.
Back to your thought about the playground with the bench addition, do we need to go and just make that happen?
Yes. Parking lot. I didn't think we'd still be talking about this a year later, but we're waiting on the lawyer to finish the easement. I had a conversation with the property owner again and got another verbal approval that they're in favor of signing off on that easement that would allow access from the neighboring property. I'm just waiting on the lawyer to come up with that paperwork and so that they can sign that. And that's another project that we really need to get our paver on the schedule as soon as we can.
We're waiting on the appraiser, or the, not the appraiser.
The easement?
No, the surveyor is supposed to be providing the signed copies of the,
Okay.
that's what.
Has he responded?
He has not as of yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, let's call him. He was very responsive in the beginning. It's going on a long time. Another project that we're working on and hopefully have satisfied or supplied the answers is we had mentioned several months ago that a group out of University of Maryland was offering to do a water rate survey for us. So I believe that we've supplied the information that they initially need to do that. That's a free service to us. And I've asked Fran to start getting easements ready so that we can start the next phase of the water system project as soon as those packages are done by ARM. We heard from Mike the other day. His wife had surgery, so he's a little behind on that, but hopefully we can get that going again. That's, certainly we want it done. If we can get that contracted out and done this year would be wonderful, but that's money does not expire in December, so. It's about, that'll use up the last $500,000 of that project money. And I think that's all I have. That cover it, Frank?
I think so. I like the early meeting time.
To digest. Anybody have any questions, thoughts, comments? Council? Public?
Sure, thanks, Larry, this is District 3. Thank you for the talk, the last event we had over there, the first Friday, the last Friday. It was successful, it was nice. People, good band. So we all enjoyed it, saw folks I haven't seen for years, so it's very successful. And the beat out did a great job cleaning up the town. We worked hard in the days, but I do a lot of guys, I go by and do it on and we thumbs up, give them encouragement, you know. It was all successful. So on October 26th, we all write this down, in Brian's lot over here next to the brewery, my DJ service, Master Blaster, and my friends, we got 3 other DJ people coming. We're raising money for Relay for Life. And it'll be from 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. So on Saturday. If it doesn't rain. If it rains, it'll be totally canceled, of course. And, which is where, of course, I asked Brian, I hope, Terry, you have your coffee shop open as well, because it's gonna be
Give me the hours again, 3 to what?
6 p.m.
Oh, 6 p.m.
Yeah. I want all the businesses in the area to be involved, Angelo's, of course, brewery, and of course, coffee house, so all the coffee be involved as well. So they were successful and put it on Facebook, and a lot of people, so it's been a lot of fun time for the town as well.
Okay. How are you raising money? Is there a fee to get in? Or?
Okay, no, these donations.
Okay, all right.
Pass bucket around the hat, what I want to use that very successful to people put in what they want and just get more. Still asking for a certain amount.
Great.
This information becomes available, I'm happy to put it on our.
Okay, sure.
Hopefully everybody's noticed the beautification that's been happening around town. Joey's been working very hard, and Brian, to spruce us up, get us ready for fall, and I want to appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, that's nice.
It's a team effort.
Good, you got a pickup truck?
We should have to part. We'll go back and get it.
You know, there's gonna be a lot of kids over there, we might not want to beautify it too much.
Yeah.
A lot of activity.
They get trampled.
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, wish we had something else to talk about. I enjoy y'all's company, but if not, let's call it a wrap. Thanks for coming. Meeting adjourned.